And I don't know why. I'm in the mood to cry today.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I have tears coming. I don't know.
Well, this would be a reason.
I was just worked up, and I didn't get
was it
enough
drop
sleep
off?
probably. Yes,
Oh.
that's what it is.
All right, I do want to. I'm just springing this on you because none of this is really too planned. Thankfully, we don't have to really plan anything. It's just all in our face all the time. But I do want to talk about mom guilt and autism
Okay.
because I don't really understand what mom guilt, like how is mom guilt different than dad guilt or parent guilt? But there's a lot of mom guilt in autism, a lot. But anyway, before that, I know you want to do Cal's drop off today.
It was awful. Literally, it was just awful. He was fine on the way to school. I always reach back and grab his hand, and I usually say, hold my hand, just like for a minute. So I reached back today, and he said, hold my hand, hold my hand. So he's doing that the whole way to school. Then we get out of the car, and he says, go home, go home. And then he would not hold the lady's hand and walk. I had to play Lola's video like 5 times. They were getting irritated. The people kept having to take other kids back, and then I had to get Lola on FaceTime. So she talked to him.
From the car?
No, from the gate.
Oh, boy.
The teachers, one lady was getting really irritated with me, but I had to play the video. Finally, they got him back. He was further in the gate. Then he dropped to the ground again in his turtle position. And I waited until 2 teachers came and walked with him. I just texted the teacher he's fine, but that means pickup is going to be bad, likely, for you. So Lolo is coming at 2:30 to ride with you.
Wow. We're all finding out about all of this together, I guess. So, okay. So now she's coming at 2, because I have a big paper I'm working on. So
Well, you had to leave at 2:38 anyway, 2:40.
Well, I know, but now that she's going to be here, I have to be, showered and dressed and...
Or you could just go sweaty. I mean, she's coming to help you.
Well, I'm not going to be sweating while writing the paper. I don't want people to think I'm weird, but I was usually going to get a workout in before, and then I pick him up pretty sweaty and nasty, come home, therapist comes, I take a quick shower. No worries. We'll figure it out.
Yes.
We're made of bungee. We're flexible. We're flexible people around here.
It's going to help you, I promise.
Yeah, we don't have veins. We're elastic. We have a lot of elasticity in our life. All right, but do remind me of that later if you can.
Sorry.
That
I
Lola
didn't
will
get to
come at
talk to
2:30.
you.
So Lola is going with me to the pickup.
Yes, because it's
'Cause it's
very
gonna be a
likely
bad
that it
one.
can be bad.
Yeah.
And I think I can pick up the other kids.
One day last week, I had to actually call Melissa and say, you have to call the other kids' elementary school, tell the principal that I'm late and they're going to have to go sit in the office. And she's like, why? And I'm like, well, I'm still in Cal's parking lot. He is actually sitting in the driver's seat because he kept saying wheel. So he wanted to sit in the front seat and turn the wheel of the car and just would not do anything else but that. So that took 20 minutes.
Yeah, so I had to get Lola on FaceTime this morning because it was already 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, and just so if anyone's like, oh, well, how did that end? Like, how do you get out of that? Like, why after 20 minutes was everything fine? Oh, it wasn't. I had to actually drive him home. He was not in his seatbelt. He was just crawling around the car as I was driving home. Because and now
which I cannot
don't say that. The police are going to show up. Good. I actually thought about calling them for help. So please.
He told me this, and I'm at work, and I'm like, okay. So he goes and drops Cal off to Tyler. Tyler's 14. He's allowed to babysit.
Yeah.
Yes. So Tyler had to watch him so he can go get the other kids from school. And luckily, we really don't really get that flustered anymore because we just try to get through the situation. And I said, if a police officer pulled you over, I mean, they can't do anything. I mean, it's hard.
Like I said, I would be thankful. I would be like, if you don't mind, could you arrest me and take me somewhere quiet for a couple of hours?
No, but like sometimes getting him into his car seat is so difficult. Even if I get his leg straps buckled, I'm happy. And that sounds ridiculous to some people, but if I can't get his chest strap on, at least he's in his seatbelt, you know?
Yeah, there's going to have to be a thing. Like, I don't know if it's Tesla or who the hell is going to make it. Somebody's going to have to make an autistic car with a special seat. These seats don't work anymore, and he looks at it as not a punishment, but as something not fun. And I get it because he's getting old for it. There's going to have to be something where there's a special seat and you can pay I don't care, $1 million, anything to make it worth it, like whatever. It's like, what costs more, your house or your car seat? Well, duh, my car seat. I mean, I can't have the torture of that. But
well, somebody the other day was like, I remember those days wrestling a toddler. Yeah, he's not a toddler, okay? He's 4.5. He can make himself 100 pounds, even though he's 38.
And there's no.
It's different.
It's not wrestling. It's not even wrestling. Wrestling means like you're actually grappling with somebody and you have a chance to win. There is no chance here to win. You really can't. Like I gave up. I was like, okay, so we sat in the car, he crawled on the car, and then he goes, wheel. And he goes, you sit here. And so he wanted me to move the passenger seat. So I did it, and we sat there, and then he wanted to honk the horn, which pissed off everybody in the parking lot because he's sitting there laying on the horn, and they're staring at me, and I'm staring at them. And I'm like, I wonder what you're thinking now, people. But if you're thinking that I'm sitting here being a jerk on purpose, put yourself in my shoes. Do you really think I want to be sitting here doing this right now? Like, I have things I could be doing. It's a little embarrassing. But I looked over, and Cal was pretty happy, and I'm like, yeah, if this is what takes you to be happy today, I guess I got to roll with it. And all these other people that say, hey, you're a jerk, I'll be like, I guess I'm a jerk today. I don't know.
I had a bunch of people looking at me this morning, and I was just, I'm like, seriously? Like, why are we doing this?
It's not a pity party, by the way. It really isn't. It's just
real life, and we're just talking about it.
It's just so different. Like, it is so crazily different. This is what I say when I wake up in the morning, my eyes roll up, and I'm like, here we go. Let's see what happens.
Well, I think he's tired, which, I mean, even if he was tired, he wouldn't be laying around at home. He would be all over the place. But this morning I went to go in his room, wake him up. He was laying there, and he goes, fish. Turn on fish, go to bed. And I was like, nope,
like
it's
he wanted
school.
to go back to sleep?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little weird.
Yeah. He was just comfy in his bed. So he was happy, but...
It was weird that we all walked out together. I took the other kids. Our 3 other, and then we drive a neighbor to school, AJ, and he was fine. Like, Cal was happy. He said goodbye, gave me a hug, I gave him a kiss, and he was really happy. And then, I do the whole, because I knew today I was picking him up, so you kind of have to prep him. Like, Daddy will pick you up, then Lolo will play with you, then we'll eat a snack, then you'll go for a walk, then you'll eat there, because you hope that his mind, like, can start preparing himself for what's coming.
Yeah.
Guess it didn't work.
Well... Then I accidentally said, I'm going to get you after school. I'll see you after school. So then I was like, uh-oh, I better bring Lola to pick up for you.
Yeah.
You never know when it's going to turn. And it turned.
And Lolo came the other day, and it was better, but it by no means was, he's like, oh, Lolo. I mean, he wanted to show her that he was still boss. But that day, I really was not having a good day. I was really exhausted just for other reasons. Mm-hmm. And I was really happy she was there. But it wasn't, I mean, I needed her help bad.
Yeah.
So I was happy.
Well, that was stressful. I feel stressed out.
I think today, I think today what I'll do is send her alone to the car line. Like, I'll be in the car.
Yeah. Send her to the gate. To
the gate alone. Because I was there last time with her. I've done that a couple times with her. We've never done it just Lolo. Do you think maybe that's something to try?
Sure.
Yeah, but what if he really likes it? Damn it.
This is the stuff you have to think about.
Yeah, we may not want to start that thing. That
you probably have to walk with her.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, what time are you coming home then? Because the girls got flag football.
I'm leaving work around 3, so I can pick up the other kids.
Okay.
It'll be easier.
Okay.
And I don't know why. I'm in the mood to cry today.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I have tears coming. I don't know.
Well, this would be a reason. I mean, of course.
I don't know. I was just worked up, and I didn't get
was
enough
it drop
sleep.
off?
Probably. Yes.
Oh.
That's what it is. Like, sometimes it's just hard.
Right, but he's fine. Like, it's.
I know. Just sometimes you just have to.
He's not
your
even
eyes
like
and take a deep breath.
Yeah. No, it's true. But he's not even there anymore. He's moved.
No,
on.
he's not there anymore. But I couldn't even leave the gate until they actually had him walking again, because I was afraid if he would just take off and leave the gate. Yeah, I worry about him
today
running out of there.
She was playing with him with his new robot dinosaurs yesterday, and I wonder if that's going to go to the gate today to try. I don't know. The problem is these are all just temporary little fixes, and it's just bribery. But when it works, you feel so good, like you feel like you got away with something.
Well,
but then tomorrow this is garbage. It's not going to work.
They call it positive reinforcement.
No, I know what it's called.
I call it bribery too.
I call it living to see another day. I mean, come on.
What did you take that one day to the gate? Was it a baby shark or
That
something?
was
And you're like,
Batman duck.
oh yeah, and you did a video about it.
Yeah. He
It
loved
saved
it.
the day.
It saved the day, but that's not going to work.
I haven't seen those ducks in a while.
Yeah, I think she's taken that away from him for a little while. Like she tries to move things in and out,
Right.
which is good.
Anyway, you were talking about mom guilt.
Well, I was, and then you said you felt like you were going to cry. So I'm like, yeah, maybe that's another day.
I don't know. Moms always have guilt. Like,
Well, here we go.
moms always have guilt. Like, are you giving this child enough attention? Or, like, I don't know. Like, I remember when the kids were small, and I'm like, I wish I wouldn't have acted like that, or I wish I could have done more, or, I guess you don't know. Talk to me.
No, this is mom guilt time. I can't add much to this. I see it a lot on these other pages, especially on Instagram, and it's like mom guilt, mom guilt, mom guilt. And I'm like, like maybe explain what that is, because I don't know that are you feeling guilty that your kid has autism? Is that like the root of it? Is that the stem? Or is it because you think you've done something wrong, or is it just another word for stress? This day and age, we have to come up with all these. We can never just say how we feel. Like, I'm pissed off, I'm angry, I'm tired, I'm hungover. We have to have all these cultural words for everything, because I think it makes us fit in these other categories. But it's like, what is it really? Like, what is mom guilt? Like, I don't have dad guilt because of autism, and I'm not saying that that's what mom guilt is. I'm just like, yesterday I felt a little guilty because I didn't. She was telling me about his robots, dinosaur robots, which were cool, and I was watching him play with them. But then after she was done, I didn't really go in and play with him with his dinosaur robots, because he really was doing his thing with them. And then last night I was laying down, I was like, I could have probably played with him with his robots and dinosaurs, because he's really into that and he thinks that's pretty cool. But I don't know. I didn't. Like, to me, that's like a temporary. But then it's like, okay, I'm over it.
I don't know. I mean, mom guilt is just like dad guilt, I guess. I mean, for instance, last night, the toilet overflowed everywhere. I had 20 towels on the floor. I'm getting the bucket ready to mop the floor, and Trey's like, Mom. Like, I hear mom so much more than you hear dad, I feel like. They just are constantly mom. And I have to say sometimes, okay, stop saying mom. But anyways, Trey's like, Mom. And I'm like, what? And he's like, can he have this bar? Cal wanted his bar because he walked in there with a snack, and then Cal wanted it. And I'm like, yes, thank you. But then I'm like, God, why did I react like that? Like, that's mom guilt. Like, I shouldn't have reacted like that. But I'm like, there's 20 towels and I have to mop the floor.
That's mom guilt?
Yes. Then I feel really bad that I acted like that, because all he was asking was, can he give his brother a bar?
Well, okay. I mean, I don't want to tell anyone how to feel, but that's because a toilet's overflowing and you snapped at your kid.
Well, I was frustrated. Yes, but then moms think about that stuff. Like, why did I react like that? Or
you're saying so the snowball kind of got bigger as it went down the hill, and then you were like, why did I do that?
Yes.
Well,
I shouldn't have acted like that, but I was frustrated, And then you don't want to explain all that to the kid because they don't understand.
No, and then they'll take advantage of it.
I guess mom guilt is moms just hold on to it a little longer.
I'm saying as it relates to autism, that's what I don't really understand. Like, to me, that just sounds like feeling guilty because of a reaction. The way I see it, it's just me using autism is, will my kids ever have friends? Mom guilt. Will my kid ever talk? Mom guilt. I'm like, but what do you mean mom guilt? Like, what, you have no guilt in this. You are not guilty. You are guilty of nothing.
No, I don't feel.
And maybe
mom
it's
guilt.
just because I'm not a mom, so I can just see it different. And I'm like, well, don't do that to yourself, because that. And the other thing too is that's not how your kid feels. The kid doesn't say, "Gosh, mom, why'd you do this to me?" You know what I mean? Like, that's not real.
I don't feel mom guilt about him having autism. I mean, like we said before, there's nothing I could have done different, or there's nothing that happened. I mean, the doctor said he's born with it. That's, as far as what I know, that's what it is. I mean, like you said, there's different conspiracy theories and all this stuff. So I don't know. I don't feel mom guilt about him having autism. I do feel sad that I worry about him. Is he ever going to play sports? I worry about him getting bullied in middle school. So I try to figure out, what school am I going to put you in? I worry a lot more, I think, than you do about that stuff. I don't know. Do I?
Maybe. Yeah.
But I don't feel mom guilt about that.
I think that's more, the worry maybe is more, well, women are more authentic creatures. I think women are more open. So maybe men, and I'm not saying everybody, so just calm down, okay? Calm down. What did he say? It just overall, I've always said too, like I would prefer to have a woman doctor because I think women are just more thorough. They're more in touch with reality. They're more patient.
Yes.
And that's just my perspective on things. And by the way, that's not always a great thing. Sometimes you can be too patient. You can be too realistic.
Yeah.
There are times in life where you sort of have to go the other way. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just am more. So here's the difference with me. Like I see the mom guilt stuff and I go, wow, like I hope that's not too painful for this person because they truly they had no hand in this. Like name me a celebrity, and I hate celebrity culture, but name me a celebrity that has an autistic. Who's the most famous celebrity that has an autistic kid?
Jenny McCarthy.
Okay. Yes. Good one. Well,
yeah, that was a long time ago that she announced that.
Right. Okay. Well, Jenny McCarthy. I mean, come on. Great career. Made a lot of money. Has she been married to famous people? I think
she's married to Donnie Wahlberg.
Really?
Yeah.
God,
I think it's Donnie.
I really don't pay attention to celebrity culture, do I? And by the way, I'm proud of myself. Okay, so she's in this circle of fame or whatever you want to call it, and money and everything that I would see a lot of people maybe go, wow, I wish that was my life. And she, who knows what she's thinking, is still saddled though with the same issues that, let's say, you are, right?
Right.
So the only difference is when her toilet overflows, I don't know, maybe she doesn't clean it up, but maybe she does. Maybe Jenny McCarthy is on her hands and knees cleaning up her freaking toilet water all over her bedroom with 20 towels. And maybe, does she have another kid?
I don't think she has any more kids. No.
She had one kid.
I'm pretty sure she had one kid, and she was really talking about autism a lot then.
So, but maybe she's going through the same. See, my point though is it's just like we are so hard on ourselves. And and all of us, but then I say, gosh, but like, don't take it to a point where you have guilt. Like that, to me, that's a tough word. Guilt. Guilty is a tough word.
Well, I will say this. I give Cal every ounce of my energy, attention, patience. Every bit of me goes to him.
Maybe it's too much.
Maybe it is too much, but he takes every bit out of me that I actually have mom guilt for our other kids, because I go to bed at night and I'm like, I feel bad that I didn't do certain things with them. I have mom guilt about them, actually, because I'm focused on our other kids. Don't get me wrong. And they're all very easygoing, but he just takes so much out of me that I'm just so drained by the end of the day. Like for Tyler, I'm like, he's 14 and I'm like, maybe I need to hug him more because he's like not going to be in the house that long. Like, I mean, I think like in 4 years he's going to be gone, And then Charlie, I'm like, she helps me so much with Cal. She chose to share a room with him and he wants her at bedtime. And at the end of the day, I'm tired. So she can go lay with him for 5 minutes and he falls asleep. If I lay in there, it's going to take 30 minutes. So she's so nice that she does that. And then Austin just wants to talk nonstop. And I have to be like, okay, I just need a moment. And then Trey is bouncing off the walls, running to go ride his bike down the street and play with his friends and do this and schedule all this stuff. And so then I'm like, inside. And then I feel bad because that's my mom guilt. My mom guilt is for my other kids.
Well, after that, I think we're all going, inside. So don't worry. we're all there.
That's how I think all the time. So that's mom guilt. It just continues to be
I got it.
In your head. And
all right. So it's just a culmination of a lot of different things.
Yes.
So, yeah. And so you're worried about those things. You're dwelling on those things, right? Is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm more like, okay, how can I clean this mess up? Like I'm the kind of person that's like, oh, autism in public schools. The system's broken. There's not enough being done. There's no resources. And I'm like, I'm going to run for school board. And I'm going to change everything. You know what I mean? So for me, it's sort of like it becomes a motivating factor where I'm like, now I'm going to get something done about this.
Yeah, it's good. I could have used this ABA therapist at the gate. Or guess what? Where's their behavioral therapist that I've never seen or met? Because there's one for the entire school.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. And she may be doing something. There could be something 10 times worse going on the other side of the school. I'm not making excuses. I don't know.
I just think it's crazy. I've never met her.
I agree with that. I think that's a little bizarre. And I also think that there should be a separate online portal for special needs where you have some face-to-face. It doesn't have to be in person, could be online, could be a weekly Zoom update or a monthly Zoom update. There has to be a little bit of interaction, a little bit of showing up, right? Like a little bit of showing up from this person. And that's why like things like that happen. I go, well, maybe I'll run for school board and maybe we could, put a model out. Like our school board members and candidates are terribly ineffective. It's so, let me just take autism off the table. Okay. Let's just say there's no Cal and it's our 4 other kids.
Yeah.
They're still terribly ineffective. Then you add in the special needs community. Whoa. It's so bad. Like piss poor would be a gold medal standard for them.
Right.
If they could even get to piss poor, like that would be really good. But
it's bad.
It's really bad. And these people, you see, I'm going off on a tangent. See how I do it? Now,
yeah, well, I was just doing you're doing.
Well, no, but you're doing about like the crying and the guilt, and I get fired up. It's just, you know what I mean? It's different. We don't consume this the same way, and we don't, which is good.
I do think it's different. Like you're a man, I'm a woman. It's different.
Yeah, we don't see the whole. So anyway, it's good. It's so different and weird and whatever. But it's like, so that's how I look at it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna make some noise, and I don't care if I piss some people off, and I don't care if I call some people out, and I don't care if people are like, oh, you're not my friend anymore. Oh, boo hoo hoo. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you have a reason that you're doing it. You're not doing it to go against anyone. Yeah. You're doing it for you and the rest of the people that need it.
I'm not doing it for the job, which is what most of these school board candidates are. It's for the job. These people make $50,000 a year almost to go to 2 meetings a month. 90% of these school board candidates don't make this in their regular job, and they have to go to work every single day. So it's a scam. It's 4-year term. It's almost $200,000. They get nothing done.
Nothing's happened.
No, zero.
I mean,
zero.
Most people that you talk to with special needs children, and they're going to a public school, can't get what they need. Yeah, I know. And he's in a public school, and I'm actually thinking about moving him because every time I talk about it, the teacher is just trying to push me off. And we did talk about this on another podcast. But anyways, besides that, like the school board, the car lines can be different. You can't get water at lunch unless you pay for it. Why isn't there a Gatorade jug full of water? And just let the kids get that.
Yeah, why is it easier to get sugary juice and milk? It's free, by the way, at school, but water's hard to get and is cost money. Yes, there are some water fountains. Most of them are closed now because of coronavirus, and they're not near the cafeteria. Anyway, I'm just going to move on from this. But
sorry.
But you know what's so funny? The second, like, let's say if we take him out of the school, people will be like, you don't trust the public school system. That's why you pulled your kid out. That'll be like their comeback together.
Yeah, but it's like, we're trying right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, I saw a meme, and it was a picture of a woman and a baby, like the baby in the woman's belly, and then a picture of the man right next to the woman, and the baby is in the dad's brain.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Listen,
you're never going to beat the maternal bond. Like, I get it. I think most guys get it. That's why it's hard. That's why I asked, really. Because I was actually on Instagram last night after you fell asleep, and then again early this morning, and these people are writing about mom guilt and autism, and I'm like, I wonder what's going on. Like, I wonder why. And that's why I was curious. Like, and maybe, like, are you feeling guilty because do you think you did something? Like, did you think you ate something? Did you drink, or did you smoke, or did you read some crazy blog and someone's put something in your head and now you're beating yourself up about it? I was just curious.
No, and I talked about before, like, he was my healthiest pregnancy. Like, I ate really good because when you do the gestational diabetes thing, I had never had that with any of our kids. But for some reason, I was borderline with him, so they put me on a special diet. So I ate really good, and he stayed in the longest and all that other stuff.
You had a tough... what do they call it? They put the medicine in at the hospital.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Epidural.
Yeah. But that's not autism. That's not autism.
No, that epidural was awful.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
I'm just trying to think of, like, he was your healthiest pregnancy. You went the longest.
I did have my mom guilt with him after he was first diagnosed because I'm like, I was extra protective with him when he was a baby. But I said the other day, I think that was just like my maternal instinct. So I did have the mom guilt early on, being like, was I too protective? Is that why he's autistic?
Oh.
And the answer is no. But did I explain mom guilt well about our other children?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
how would I ever say no to that? Jeez.
You're ridiculous.
Nope, you did a terrible job. Try again.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I got to get out of here. I have so much to do. You got a lot to do. What do you got? Hair color extensions, cut color.
Cut color. Lots of cuts, lots of colors.
Lots of cuts, lots of color.
Yep.
Roll of hair.
Yep.
Well,
Let's hit the road.
I wish. All right, we're gonna hit the road. We said it in the episode. Oh well, I don't. People are finding it anyway. I think.
What?
But just the page on Facebook and then the page on Instagram.
Yeah, Daily Autism on Facebook.
Yeah, and then Daily Autism Podcast on Instagram. Daily Autism Podcast on Instagram.
And you can find this podcast on every platform.
Who is the next most famous celebrity with a kid with autism? You said Jenny McCarthy was number one. Who's number two?
That I really don't know.
Yeah, I feel like
I want to say somebody, but then
go.
I'm afraid to say it.
Why?
Because they haven't announced it. I just, as a mom, can see stuff.
No, don't do that.
I'm not.
There'll be no.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I'm not going to.
I'm going to hit stop and then tell me.
Okay.
Because I'm curious to know. But I'm really worried that you would say that, yeah.
No, I'm not saying it.
All right.
You can't say that.
I'll do research, and then we'll report back if it's true.
I don't think it's true, but you can see things
why
once
would
your
you
kid's diagnosed.
Oh,
no,
so
I think it is true.
So it's your
I don't,
observation.
yes, but I don't think it's out there in the world.
That's dangerous. We talked about that the other day. That is dangerous. But there are signs, though. Like you found out with Cal because a friend said, listen, I got to tell you something. He's really delayed in certain areas, and you really need to get this checked out.
Yeah, and I just thought he's just the baby of the family, and he'll talk when he talks, and he'll walk when he walks, and everything.
Maybe.
So, yeah, it is scary to tell people that. But, yes, after experiencing it, I could definitely see things in other children.
Yeah. No, you can't help it. You're almost more sensitive to it.
Yeah.
You know, you almost look for it.
Yeah, you do.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah. All right. We're out.
Okay, we're out.